back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about one big change from one of the absolute best post players in the game and why I think this could revolutionize not only him, but the team as well. We're talking about Bam Adebayo. Let's go. The first thing I want to draw attention to is literally the first possession of the game. And so the current issue is this right here. As Bam is over here in the corner, when Jimmy catches this ball, this player immediately left Bam Adebayo to go help on Jimmy Butler to make sure Jimmy Butler doesn't have a drive to the lane. The issue of this is that Bam is essentially delegated to a non-shooter, which means that people can help off of him, he doesn't command any gravity, and it limits the potential space that Jimmy Butler would have or anyone would have when driving to the rim. This is something that Bam has definitely had a lot of issues with in the past, and here we can even see that as the ball gets rotated, you still have this player just chilling in the middle. No worries whatsoever in closing to Bam, leaving him out there alone. And what this effectively does is it makes it much harder for the offense to find good drives into the middle because there's another rim protector simply sitting right there. So what's this big change that we're talking about? This big change that we're talking about is that when Bam catches this ball, there is A, no hesitation, and B, he simply lets the ball go. Even though he misses that, the fact that he shot it in the first place, I am a absolutely huge fan of first possession of the preseason. One of the big things I always say is it doesn't matter if you can shoot. It matters if the defense thinks you can shoot. Okay, so that's, in my opinion, what the majority of post players, the majority of individuals playing the game of basketball need to be able to convince the defense that they can shoot. So that way this, instead of being back here, comes up here, and that gives more space down here. All right, possession number 2. As we're bringing the ball up the court, again, we're watching number 4 in particular. How is he guarding Bam Adebayo? Okay, so as this ball gets slightly drove right here, 4, nowhere near Bam. Okay, there's a massive amount of space right there. He is playing help defense. He is guarding the rim. So that means as this ball gets passed back to Bam, okay, he is going to have open space. And what does he do? Again, no hesitation, looks it up, instantly fires with confidence. Absolutely love it. One other really important note about this is the corner threes have a higher percentage, but these over here, obviously it's a wider part of the court because simply there's more area over here, and they're lower percentage willing to shoot this kind of three. I think communicates even more to the defense that you need to respect him out there on the perimeter. Third possession. We can see that with 5 minutes gone in the game, Bam has already shot in 2, and we're looking for his potential third. Again, massive amount of space right here. He does not hesitate. He lines it up and he shoots the ball. Even if you miss that, you're going to miss it a certain amount of time. That is still 100% a good shot in my eyes. There are 2 stats that really highlight what I'm trying to communicate here, and that is that last year, Bam shot about half a 3 per game on average. So every other game he would shoot a 3. So when the defenses see that, they don't really need to think, yeah, that's a threat, I need to guard it out there, because he's never going to shoot it in the first place. Not only this, but throughout his whole career, it's been either that or lower, and he's shot it, frankly, not a very high percentage as well, so there's no need to guard him on the perimeter whatsoever. So this year in the preseason, he shot 3 threes per game, maybe even more than 3s on some games, more than 3 in most games, and he shot it with 38% efficiency. So if he's given open shots, the fact that he's communicating I'm going to make it is a huge thing for Miami and for Bam Adebayo. Beginnings of an effective communication for Bam. Okay, so his player does help off. Okay, number 4 left him and came over here. However, as this ball gets kicked out, in the past, they simply wouldn't have rotated and they would have left Bam right there. Instead, the first thing 25 does is he turns and closes out to Bam. This already shows that the impact of shooting 3s and making a couple of 3s has tremendous potential benefit for him and for the other players around him. If it causes rotation, it leads to open potential, and he makes it also. So that's also a good thing. So then the ultimate thing that we're looking for in not necessarily this game or not necessarily even 2 games from now, a quarter of the way through the season, this is what we're looking to see, is as Bam goes to this corner right here, can he get bigs to stay glued to him, or are they always going to help off? That is the question, and that is the ultimate thing that the Miami Heat are trying to communicate. So as of right now, even after making a couple, the big's still first thought is going to be to sag off. Okay? Bam needs to convince him that is a bad idea. Okay? This means continuing the same philosophy. Again, where is he at? He's back. This continuing the same philosophy of shooting aggressively and not hesitating and making it so the defense needs to respect you on the perimeter and that open up shots on the inside for your teammates. I personally love this decision from Bam and the coaching staff. I think it bodes really, really well for the future, and I hope he sticks with it and he continues to shoot at a 35% and or better rate. I think it bodes well for Miami. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like and subscribe. Most importantly, have a blessed rest of your day.